Working in customer support is never easy. Working in tech support? I can't even imagine. Welcome to this episode of Tales from Tech Support. Our first tale today is from Mikey JC007. Not sure if anyone else has had this issue, but I see it constantly in both my professional life, but especially in my personal life, of trying to help family with tech issues. And that is the issue of simply not reading the message that the computer is telling you. So I'm talking about things like, when I go into my email, it just bombs out or does nothing. Okay, I say, show me. And they proceed to open their email client of choice. They enter their password, a message pops up, which is immediately closed. And then you get the, see, it doesn't work thing. You then go, but what was that message you just closed? Do it again, but this time don't close the pop-up message. They proceed, and as if on autopilot, they go to close the message. So I stop them and read the message to find out they've put the wrong password in, or whatever. It's the same with other stuff. A message window comes up saying what the actual problem is, but it's like they're pre-programmed to automatically click any OK button as soon as it appears, as if it's just the mouse button click process that everyone has to do. I keep telling people that most computers will tell you what the issue is if you bother to read the prompts on screen. Has anyone else had to deal with this ridiculous waste of everyone's time, or is it just me? I definitely don't think you're the only person. I'm sure there's a lot of other people that do the same thing. They seem to not want to read things, but are quick to complain when there are issues. Our next tale is by S. Jari. Very technically challenged user. She called maybe twice a month because her mouse stopped working. Every single time it was because she had lost the dongle. I have no idea why she kept unplugging them, because she always left her mouse at her desk. We had a full box of abandoned dongles, so we just kept pairing her mouse to another one, until we lost patience and gave her a corded mouse. That worked for a while, until one day. She calls in because her mouse wasn't working again. I go to her desk and she moves her mouse around to show me. Except it wasn't her mouse, it was her webcam. It had somehow fallen forwards onto the mouse mat. Her mouse was lying on the same mat, right next to the face-down webcam. She did good work, as long as she could open the software she needed. Edit. Thanks for all your comments. I just want to add that most of my users are really cool. 90% of them always try rebooting and replugging before calling. There was one recently who was getting headaches because there was a loud buzzing noise in the office that she shared with 4 other people. She unplugged everything on 2 different desks and reassembled everything perfectly. She figured out that the noise was coming from the power brick of one of the 4 docking stations, and then she created a ticket to have the brick replaced. So yeah, my users are pretty damn cool sometimes. I have to question how this user got so far if she really couldn't tell the difference between a mouse and a webcam. On top of the fact that she just kept losing her dongles, I don't understand that. A good thing you have other good users though. Lessens the headache. Our next tale is from Dark Kai 3. Having seen a few Wi-Fi and network posts recently, thought I'd post this one about my partner's Wi-Fi problems. About a year ago, other half would get this weird case where Wi-Fi on her work surface, I know, would just stop. It'd drop from whatever network it was connected to, and then just refuse to reconnect for anywhere between 5 minutes and an hour. It wasn't just her, but a few of her colleagues too. Happened at home and in the office, but had no set time. As an aside, her phone was temperamental at best, and hated. And I mean hated. The 5G Wi-Fi on our home router, resulting in my having to disable and limit it to 2.4G bands. For reasons I don't know, turns out her work Wi-Fi was also limited to 2.4G. One day, her complaining while working from home just made me need to find out the cause of this issue, and my own job be damned if I couldn't figure it out. Turn off anything that could interfere with Wi-Fi at home. Still problems. Turn off my work laptop, TV, consoles, and both phones. Still problems. I tried everything. Then I saw it. The only thing I hadn't turned off that wasn't hardwired was her wireless mouse. That couldn't be it. Unplugged her mouse. Bing! Wi-Fi connected. Plugged her mouse back in. Thing worked for 5 minutes until bong! Wi-Fi disconnected. Unplugged her mouse again. Bing! Reconnected. Turns out her mouse somehow used a frequency that killed Wi-Fi within a certain radius, but only on 2.4G bands. She told her colleagues who were having the same problem. All of their wireless mice were disconnected, and every problem related to Wi-Fi just disappeared. She's since switched to a new phone that doesn't complain about 5G, so that function is back on, but she's banned from using wireless mice at home. Turns out, mice don't just chew through wires after all. I've heard that Wi-Fi devices, not just limited to mice, can cause network issues because if they do have a conflict with the bands they're using, then it could cause issues. I'm glad though in this case you were able to figure out and fix the issue for all of them. And our final tale is by Nazimroth. So I get a ticket from level 1. User wants to reshuffle her monitors, but there's no option to save it. First off, good job level 1. Why not file a ticket for yourself as well, since you also do not have that button? Anyway, I go on the user's PC with remote assist and start shuffling things around, asking her if it is alright each time. She is perplexed. How can I be so clueless about what she wants? I try to explain that she's at home, I am in the office, and as such, I have some difficulty imagining what her setup looks like. We try all possible combinations of screen arrangements and primary screen settings, like literally go through each and every one of them. It is still not the way she wants them, which is mathematically impossible unless she wants a nonsense arrangement. Here, this is what it's like for my colleague. I want it like this. Attaches a print screen into the chat. Well, alright here. I copied the exact setup. It's still not right. I thought you would help me. Again, I try to explain that unless she intends to start live streaming her desk with a camera, I'm not exactly sure what else could physically be done to help her. I even advised her to play around with the screen setup window and put them the way she wants them to be. She then got the idea that I'm accusing her of playing around. I thought you were here to help me. After a bit of further explanation about how grammar works and exclamations about how hard it is to do loads of work like this, the ticket got closed with an inconclusive, not solved. Someone else can have fun with that, if she insists. What I have to wonder is if this lady was actually doing the same stuff like her colleague, or if she was doing different things, thus requiring a completely different setup. But since that ticket got closed, I guess we'll never know. Alright, that's enough tales for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Tales from Tech Support. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons, have a great day and stay safe out there.